YouTube land, and welcome back to the Chaos Asylum. I am your host, the Chosen One, Lee Wyatt, and tonight is another WWE Monday Night Raw reactions. Last night of Survivor Series, pretty much Team Raw, bam, won the whole dang thing, thanks to the Shield. I didn't really watch it, but I heard like the Shield won their match. That was a pretty good match. I heard Brock Lesnar won the match, and then it came in the Survivor Series match. It came down to Kurt Angle, Triple H, Braun Strowman, and Shane McMahon. And what happened was, out of nowhere, Triple H pedigrees Kurt Angle. Shane McMahon gets a 3 count, and then Triple H is like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing?" Boom! Pedigree to Shane. 1, 2, 3. Him and Braun Strowman win the match, and then Braun does something to him and beats the shit out of Triple H, leaves Triple H laying. So what's the repercussions of tonight for Braun Strowman doing that to Triple H and then Kurt Angle and the whole chaos, pretty much? So let's find out what happens later on Monday Night Raw. Boom. I hate when it don't pause. So we kick off Monday Night Raw with Stephanie coming out, and then she introduces Triple H. She's all excited and whatnot, and she's telling everybody that Triple H led Team Raw to victory last night. So Triple H comes out, he's doing his taunt, and then he basically didn't get to say anything. Kurt Angle came out and he said, "Hey," he's like, "this isn't the general manager Kurt Angle talking to you. This is the Hall of Famer, Olympic gold medalist talking to you. You ever do anything like that to me again, I am coming after you." And then Jason Jordan came out and he's like, "Well, I'm 100% now, Triple H pedigree. Come on." He's like, "Dad, put me in a match against him." And Steph's like, "Are you kidding me, kid?" She's like, "He will destroy you. There is no man in that locker room that could take Triple H out." And then you just hear, Braun! He comes, walking down the rampway with purpose, gets in the ring, and legit gets Triple H's face going, "What you gonna do? Huh? What you gonna do? Well, how you doing down there? Huh? Huh? Huh?" And then, Triple H, gets out of the ring and walks away. They're showing highlights of Survivor Series right now, and I believe that the matchup next is Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. Let's see who wins. So basically, the matchup between Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, Joe is just legit comes out of House of Fire, just starts punching Finn, beating the shit out of him, headlocks and slamming his ass. Finn's got a couple moves in this match, but to sum it up, I have never seen Finn Balor that dominated before. Joe dominated this whole match, and then he put him in the Coquilita clutch, and legit, he passed out. It's what the heck? What? And I guess tonight we're going to find out what's Roman Reigns' next plans on Miz TV. Let's find out! So, the next match that was up, it was Brooke taking on Asuka. And like normal, Asuka was doing her normal slaps and kicks and butt thrusting and all kinds of nifty stuff like that. Dana got a couple moves in, not much, and she legit patted Asuka on the head. And it's what are you doing? Kick her or punch her or something? Don't pat her on the head. What are you doing? I made her mad. She got bitch slapped. And then Asuka did a couple moves, did some spin hints to the face, a spin heel kick, knee to the face, 1, 2, 3. Asuka wins. Up next, the big dog Roman Reigns on Miz TV to see what's going on with him next. Let's see what happens. So the Miz is out in the ring and he's talking about Survivor Series and how he lost, right? So then he's like, "My guest at this time, Roman Reigns!" Roman Reigns. When I call your name, you're supposed to come out Roman Reigns. And then you hear, "Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, The Shield." Damn it. Damn it. So the Shield comes down, and Miz is being a little witch, going, "I only called you out, Roman. Why is Dean and Seth here?" He's whining like normal. Bull crap, it did. So Miz is whining like a little baby. And he said, "Oh, I only asked you to come out, Roman, not Seth and Dean." And then he's all talking about how they should thank him for legit them getting back together and everything. And You know, they're just cutting promos back and forth. And then he's like, well, I have a championship, and this is what a championship looks like. And then Seth's like, well, we do plan on getting the tag team titles back. And then Roman's like, well, I don't want to be left out. And he's like, well, Miz has a title, and it's white and shiny. And then Roman's like, yeah. He said, I do like that title. So then, of course, you know, Miz runs away like normal. Leaves the Miz Taraj to get their butts kicked. And I'm kind of hoping that Kurt Angle sets this match, because I'd like to see him finally lose that Intercontinental title. And then Roman have the Intercontinental title, and Dean and Seth have the tag titles. That'd be pretty lit. Leave your comments below. Oh, then we had a segment a little bit ago where Jason Jordan was in the back. He's like, oh, Dad, I really am injured. I'm not really 100%. He's like, why would you do that? You said you were 100%. Oh, because I said it was because of Triple H was out there. But in all reality, he was being a little witch. And he's like, well, I got your blood running through my veins, Dad. So you took on people that are like 20, 80 pounds heavier than you. I'm not afraid of him. Yeah, okay, Jason Jordan. Okay. So then the monster among men, Braun Strowman, got interviewed. And they wanted to know what his thoughts were on... Jason Jordan said he's not afraid. He's like, good. As he's breathing very heavily because he has, asthma. I'm kidding. And he's like, well, that just makes him unique that among other people, especially Triple H. Okay. So that match is going to happen later on tonight. I think Kane's going to have something to do with this match, maybe. But yeah, let's find out what happens. Just made it official tonight. Miz has to put the Intercontinental title on the line against Roman Reigns. So, after the whole Miz and Roman Reigns little stick, and we find out that Intercontinental title is on the line tonight against Roman Reigns, which I think Miz is going to find a way to retain, like maybe hit him with the championship or have the Miz Taraj come out, or like legit Sheamus or Cesaro or something to screw him over. I'd be surprised if they do a clean victory, without knowing anything. But anyways, the match up next was Dean Ambrose taking on Sheamus. Now, let's be honest. Sheamus was kicking Dean's butt for the longest time, working on, like, Dean's arm, and, because I guess Dean's arm is injured at the moment. So he's working on that and whatnot, and Dean has a little bit of offense coming back and forth, and then Sheamus goes for this big move, which makes me laugh, and probably a lot of you too if you've seen it. He goes for, like, this senton with, like, Dean on his shoulders. Goes for the 1-2. And he kicks out, and then, like, legit, Cesaro takes his sunglasses off, and his face is like, what? And then, legit, what is it? Dean gets thrown to the outside. And then here comes, like, Cesaro on the corner. And then Seth's like, hey, get your butt back over there, man. Get back over there. And he turns around and gets clotheslined. And then eventually, like, Seth came running into the ring and distracted Sheamus from doing a broad kick. And then he suicide dived out to, like, Cesaro, which led to Dean doing dirty deeds. 1, 2, 3. Dean wins the match. And then we go into the backstage where Jason Jordan goes up to Matt Hardy and goes, hey, he's like, you heard that I'm facing Braun Strowman tonight. He's like, oh yeah. He's like, I just wanted a little bit of advice of, like, since you faced him. He's like, I've been in WWE for a long time. I've took on monsters like Mark Henry, Big Show, Brock Lesnar, and whatnot. But he's like, the name, Monster Among Men for Braun Strowman isn't a cute little name. It is. He actually is a monster, and there's, like, no way you could get him, like, off his game or this or that. And, like, he just starts listing stuff off that's very negative. And Jason Jordan's like, oh my God. Like, legit, if he was a baby, he would have been shitting himself in his diaper after, like, Matt was telling him all this stuff. He's like, and then Matt walks away. He's like, wait a minute, where's all the positive stuff? Wait, Matt? There's a reason why I like Jeff better than you. So, that's what happened. Let's see what happens next. So, Alexa Bliss comes out, and she's talking about how she lost last night to Charlotte and whatnot, and Well, and she was talking about how every fan was tweeting her and messaging her about all this stuff and talking about, like, nice try and whatnot, but you came up a little short. The one that was the funniest. And then she's all like, well, you know, that's in the past. You know, I'm still Raw Women's Champion and whatnot. Mickie James comes out. And she's like, well, technically, you know, biscuit butt. You know, yeah. You know, she wants a title shot. And then Bayley comes out and she's like, well, I wasn't the same person you beat for that championship, so I won a championship match. And then after that, the boss Sasha Banks came out and she's like, well, we don't need a, no offense, a huggable champion or a veteran champion. We need a boss champion. So then Alicia Fox comes out being her crazy self. And she's talking about, like, how she was the team captain of, you know, the women's, whatever, for Monday Night Raw. And how she led them to victory. And she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And, so she's like, I should get a title shot. And Alexa Bliss is like, honestly, I look at the four of you, and none of you are worthy. So then she walks away. Kurt Angle comes out and says, whoa, 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 whoa. He's like, we're going to find out who's going to get a championship opportunity against you, Alexa. And it's going to be a fatal four-way. Mickie James, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Alicia Fox. And that match is going to happen next. Let's see who wins. I'd be surprised if I'd be surprised if, what's her name? Alicia Fox would win. I doubt it. So, the Fatal 4-Way comes back from commercial break, and, like, Alicia Fox is on the outside, and so is, Mickie James. So, Sasha and Bayley are fighting on the inside, and, you know, this match is going on for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, like, legit when, who was it? Give me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Becky, not Becky, but, Sasha Banks got, let me think, what's her name? Alicia Fox in the bank statement, and then Bayley broke it up. And then Mickie almost got the bank statement, and then, like, they were out on the mat. And then the return of Paige, like, her music hit, she comes out, and she's like, oh, hi. Did you miss me? And then, legit, she's talking and saying, hey, you know, whatever. They're all cheering for Paige. And then she's like, oh, yeah, one more thing. I'm back. But I'm not alone. She takes her coat off, walks down to the ring, and out of nowhere, from NXT, Mandy Rose and Sonya come out of nowhere and just decimates everybody. And then Paige hits the rampage on Bayley. And everybody's laid out still there, and she holds all their hands up still, like she legit turned the women's division upside down, and the queen, not really, the one that says scream for me is back. Paige is back, made her return to Monday Night Raw with Mandy Rose and Sonya. Your thoughts? And the bell never rang for a disqualification, so we do not have a #1 contender for the women's championship yet. So we come back from commercial break, and we see Paige, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville, or I think that her name is. She's a former, like, UFC fighter, and they're walking down the hallway, and then, like, Renee's like, oh, Paige, hey, how you doing? You want to explain what happened out there? She's like, oh, hello, Renee, always a pleasure. Then she was going to explain, and then Alexa Bliss comes out and she's like, they don't need to explain themselves to you. You go away now. And then Paige is like, oh, ladies, look. Our Raw Women's Champion. And then she's like, Alexa, this is Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. Ladies. And then she's like, nice to meet you. And then she's like, nice to meet you? And they were just staring at her. And next thing you know, they just beat the living crap out of Alexa Bliss. Punching her, kicking her, slams her against. And I mean, like, all three of them slam her against the metal door, start stomping on them. And she's like, it's like the female Shield. What? That is cool. I can't wait to see what their little stable name's going to be. It's cool. And up next, Jason Jordan taking on the monster among men, Braun Strowman. So, the match between Jason Jordan and Braun Strowman, the monster among men. The match starts off with legit Jason Jordan and him just going face to face, and then Jason Jordan slaps him in the face, rolls out of the ring, gets back in the ring. And then he's like dodging some things, and then he throws Jason Jordan in the corner, runs at him, and runs into the corner. And then Jason legit has him hoisted up like he always does, and he runs people into the corner and slams there. He ran for like maybe a step, and then his knee gave out, and then Braun just started dominating against him, throwing him across the ring, busted into him. Jason rolled out of the ring and whatnot, and his knee was like giving out on him, so he's like, And then out of nowhere, like I said, the monster Kane came out of nowhere and it started beating the crap out of Braun Strowman with a steel chair. Then he took Braun Strowman, put the chair against his throat, and then slammed it on the steel steps and walked away. And then Braun didn't really fall. He just like fell into the corner and he's like choking. He fell to his knees. And Mick's like, come on, let us help you. He's like, no. And he like legit kept falling over, walked into the back. So that's what happened with that. So we're going to have probably another match between Kane and Braun Strowman. Whoopity-doo! So, we have a typical Cruiserweight Championship match. 8-man tag, and it was a typical Cruiserweight match. And, Enzo was running his mouth like normal. So then, and Dar, I don't know all the guys' names, I'm sorry. But pretty much the good guy team won. Then we go into the back to get an update to see if Braun Strowman is okay, because he got his throat, all janked up and whatnot, right? So then Kurt Angle's like, oh yeah, Braun left. I gotta go check on my son, sorry. Goes in and checks on Jason Jordan. And he's like, I'm sorry, Dad, I let you down. And then Miz came in crying again. He's like, please, Kurt. He's like, what has Roman Reigns done to earn an Intercontinental title match? Do you see what it did? The Shield did to the Miz Taraj, and you reward this action? And Kurt's like, well, he's like, okay, I'm not in the mood. Just go out there and defend your title. And Miz is crying like a baby because he's got to defend the Intercontinental title. So the match starts off, and Roman Reigns is punching legit the Miz, and the Miz falls over. And for some reason, Roman looked at his arm like, oh, okay, he didn't know I was that strong, but okay. And they start stomping on him, and Miz runs away and whatnot on the outside, runs back in. Miz gets, I'm not going to lie, Miz got some moves in and whatnot, the corner drop kicks, his clotheslines, his skull-crushing finale, and because of the bar coming out and Roman kicked out, Miz did reverse, I think, 3 times the Superman punch. He did not avoid the Superman punch in midair, but he did kick out of it. But then in the end, when the bar came down and then the skull-crushing finale happened, to the Miz, not to the Miz, but to Roman Reigns, he kicked out. Dean and Roman came out and took care of the bar. And then Miz was all dizzy, turned around, spear! 1, 2, 3! The winner of the match and new Intercontinental Champion, Roman Reigns. So, it puts pressure on Dean and Seth to win the tag team titles back. Because if you guys remember last time, I believe it was at Night of Champions, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins were after the tag titles, and then Dean was after the United States title, and it was against Kofi Kingston. Dean won the title then, and then Seth and Roman won the tag title, so is it going to happen again? Let's find out. So, I'd like to say hello to all the new subscribers out there, and welcome to the Chaos Asylum. So, share this video, leave a comment, hit the like button, and if you haven't done it already, smash that subscribe button. Later. Bye. I don't know, I like doing that, I'm sorry. If you guys were curious, I get that from Shane Dotson.